This video will be all about the self-steering apparatus installed on this boat. This allows you to sail hands-free across long distances without having to tend the tiller all the time. Here you can see that the small trim tab right here controls the main rudder. And the linkage goes up here. It's a vertical rod that rotates, connects this mechanism up here. And this mechanism connects to the actual weather wind vane. So by moving the trim tab, that forces the rudder to move, and that controls the position of the boat with respect to the wind. This wind vane position is adjusted while the boat is on the correct wind heading, but it's adjusted a little bit, let's say, to the left. So if it's a little bit off heading, then as you fall more off heading, then the wind will push less on the top of this wind vane. And as you fall closer to the proper heading, the wind will push more on this wind vane. So that controls a vertical rod installed right here. As this vertical rod moves up or down, there's a belt crank right here, and that belt crank allows the horizontal rod to move to port or to starboard. This horizontal rod moving to port or to starboard rotates this vertical shaft, which goes down to the trim tab, and it turns the trim tab. And the trim tab in turn turns the rudder to maintain the heading that you want. Here's that same assembly with two operational adjustments. The first adjustment right here allows you to fine-tune the vertical shaft position relative to the port and starboard horizontal arm. That way you can fine-tune the heading of the boat off the wind. And the second adjustment is this slide up here, which amplifies the power that's fed to the trim tab, which affects how responsive the boat is with the rudder. Here's a diagram that I created which explains how this self-steering function works. If you study it, you will clearly understand what has to be done to use it properly. In addition, I also have this two-part PDF file, which is a white paper on how this self-steering system works. So if you read this entire file, you'll have a thorough understanding of this system. Once again, this self-steering system is very rugged. It's heavy duty. It's stainless steel, and it does not rust, and it will get you across vast areas of water without any steering issues on your part. If you desire to maintain a magnetic heading, you simply remove this horizontal rod and replace it with a tiller arm control unit, a self-contained unit which powers the tiller arm back and forth. There's enough gain in this system that you can control the big rudder with a small tiller magnetic heading unit. There was an old magnetic tiller unit included with the boat, but I'm not sure how reliable that would be. You probably need to buy a new one. So that concludes the video on the self-steering system.